Hi, this is Nitish, and in this video, I would be telling you about my experience about how I exactly communicated or how I met the late, I mean, the goddess of singing or the Nightingale of India. That's Lata Didi, Lata Mangeshkar. I mean, how I communicated with her soul. So, before all this thing, I'll just tell about my background. Like, I am from the music industry and I actually worked as a sound engineer, I mean, as an assistant in one of the studios in Mumbai. It was Empire Studio back in 2012. And, like, I met many singers, बहुत सारे लोग आ जाते थे. So, from many Kailash Kher to Kunal Ganjawala, Shreya Ghoshal, many I have met. And, but I always had a wish of meeting Lata Didi, and like she's like and I mean she had been like a great inspiration to me, and musically she like the exalted, like there's nothing is beyond her. So jitne bhi aate singers, all everyone is under her. No one has gone beyond what she has achieved. So recently news came that she has passed away and all, etc. So I actually marked the date on which she had passed. That is, I think so, 10th or 9th, 9th of Feb or something. ऐसे कुछ डेट है उनकी. And morning time था. And I thought, I felt sad, like obviously I couldn't meet her. Like I really had a wish. And then I decided, so, why don't I use my spiritual abilities and etc. Like just try to communicate with her soul. And I already had an experience, like my granny passed in 2021 May, I mean last year. So I was able to communicate with her. But this time what had happened, I am actually basically going through a very heavy spiritual upgrade. So now it's around more than 90% of it is done. But the time I communicated with her, I was around 60% like of my spiritual progress update. So I had a very limited access of my energy to access and play around with the divine abilities, powers and all. So I'll get back to the story. What exactly happened, it was on the 8th day, like whenever a person passes on, like जब उनकी death हो जाती है, person passes away, so he's there for 13 days. The process of 13 days is in Hinduism, that 13 days kriya we do it, like Terawa and all. So in those 13 days, a lot of pujas or some small things are be done. So basically, these things gives energy to the soul. So for the soul to go in that loka or the world, as not astral, but the yeah, I don't know the technical term for it, but to go on that plane, like where the spiritual higher beings are there. So basically, this 13 days of prayers and all is done for it to give the energy, and that's because I remember when I had channelized some energy to my grandmother. So when I communicated with her soul, so she ended up telling me, no, I don't need to wait for 13 days. I can just move on. I think maybe third or fourth day I had communicated with her, and she said me, whatever you have given me, the energy is too much excess. I don't need to wait. Like it's within a fourth day or something. The next day I can leave. So that's how like I came to know about this thing, and because I don't read some text and all, so इतना मुझे कुछ पता नहीं है, and. So about this one, as my upgrade was going on, the spiritual upgrade, so I thought, let's try. So I tried on 8th of a Terawa, the 13th day, I tried on 8th. I was not able to communicate, like, because obviously I'm going through like ups and downs on the spiritual progress. And later on, it was like the last day of like this 13th, 13th, not 13th Feb, no, it is, I think so, yes, 19th was the last day. So by 12, I sat for, I just tried connecting. And who cares? I say because of I was, my spiritual progress was going on, the upgradation. So connection, how it was happening. It's like, when on a phone call, sometimes the network goes on and off, on and off. So like that happened. And before all this thing starts, I was advised to take that Yog Danda, like that T-shaped thing, one of my weapons, and that is especially for Dattatreya. And Dattatreya is for moksha, enlightenment, removing someone from karmic baggages and all, etc. And like what happens is I don't communicate like she's sitting there and I'm over here, and I just tell her, no, it doesn't happen like that. What happens is my it's not my astral body, the energy of mine, through goddess and goddesses gifts and all, my energy can travel. It's not astral, it's different. And my energy traveled to where exactly was she. And I saw her sitting alone, and that was a bit shocking. And I'm saying, she's supposed to be with couple of people. I mean, and she seemed very silent. She was very quiet and silent. And I just looked at her, and she was just looking at me, and like, I mean, obviously it's a surprise that some random a soul comes, and like an energy, which is like I have by God's grace have developed some spiritual thing. So when a person like an energy of mine like suddenly visits someone, so it's a bit shocking. So she just asked me, "Who are you?" And I just said, I had a wish of meeting you, and I am a fanboy kind of, not a hardcore fanboy, but I really had a desire of meeting you. So I thought, just connect you with tried connecting you with the last day. And then whatever questions I had in my mind, everything was started answering. Like, but again, that connection was on and on off. It was happening. So I just written something on a PC. So, उसके बाद क्या yeah. So when I saw her, I was seeing again some threads connected to her. Some like it was like some karmic threads were connected to her. And yes, abhi yaad aa gaya, because many things I forget. Because of that, see, when you are a social figure, when you are a public figure or something, you end up creating, unknowingly, you end up creating some karma. See, if it's between me and a person, I do something bad with him, he does something, it's just between two. But when you're a social figure, any decision, anything might disturb someone. So she had some karmic things, I mean, threads, I can say, or strings, something attached to her. So, and no wonder I had that hand in my hand, that Lord Dattasreya's thing, and with that I just cleaned her up. I mean, the things which were attached to her, मैंने बस उसको हटा दिया. I just cleaned it up, and then I placed it, and then I started, and then she started answering, and these are things. I was under impression, everyone is under impression the favorite color is white. No, she said no, her favorite color is red, and I have no clue. I mean, she just said I heard it. That's it. And then she said the closest person she is attached to, like the closest, or I don't know what it is, because see, I don't have a personal connection with her. And whatever she wanted to say, whatever some bits I had, see, because I don't get much time. I'll tell you that why I don't get much time. Then she said, her youngest brother, Hridaynath, that he was the most dearest to her. This is what she said me. And regarding, it's a very stupid thing which I actually asked. Like I didn't ask, but I had it in mind that why didn't you get married or something like that, or etc. Then she gave me a very very different answer for this thing. She said me that there were many things which I wanted to do, and just because what people would think of me, my one thing, my like just say I am not able to express what she exactly had said me. She said like if I do one certain thing, people will have an implication नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, not imagination, impression, an impression that I will do this certain thing. But if I do something very different, then that impression breaks, and they think no, this person is not what exactly we had thought. The whole impression of the person changes, and the whole game revolved around this impression. And she just said me that like even I had heard a couple of interviews. It's not that I have heard her interviews and I'm just generalizing some certain things. She had just said me that she wanted to like a normal life was a desire for normal life. And she said like और क्या बोला था उन्होंने, wanted to get married का. She preferred keeping the things as it is, because once the impression gets disturbed, you need to put some extra efforts to correct those impressions, and it is a just pain in the head and pain in your whole system. So it's better to keep as it is. And then also she said me, what I am trying to tell you now, you cannot understand that. And in in your upcoming life, I mean, in coming years, you would be able to understand because you would be stepping in my shoes. Obviously, I'm not a singer, but see, whatever I have, I'm right now in a very small circle, but and just due to some astrological things I'm just very limited and to a social very small circle. But some other day, I am gonna be a likely a social figure, or whatever I possess, it's just going to boom in some years. So she saw those things and she said me like, there is an upcoming time would come, and when you would step in my shoes, you would understand what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot understand right now. And then और क्या बोला था उन्होंने? And yes, then she said because she could see me more, because when you are a soul, you can see many things, like you are beyond that time and space and all that thing. So she said me, you are seeing a 10% of, not even less than 10% of yourself you are seeing. There is a lot more for you to see, which in the future you would be seeing. And then another thing, ये तो मेरे बारे में था. And the other thing she said, she wanted to live more. And the first thing that came to mind, like मतलब it's not भाई कैसे इतना तो जी लिया. The thing which came in my head was, you have lived for this long. I mean, what else you want to see? And her answer was for that. She wanted to see India's progress. That Rashtravad wala feeling. And she was very keen because she has seen so many things of India, like from that, before independence to after independence, the development of technology and all. And she was very keen in seeing India's development. And this is what I said. And then obviously, अभी तो जितना मैंने बोला उतना ही था. Maybe something I might have missed out, because what happens in the middle of the video I had said, I get hardly 2 minutes. In those 2 minutes, whatever I can ask or what, and even when I communicated with my granny, I was completely fine. But now, like, only my spiritual process was going on. So there is a lot of energetical disturbance in me. So that's the reason I could not properly communicate with her. And what happens, when a person, when he expires, when he gets out of the body, so he has a lot of karmic baggage on his head, karmic pressure. And when that soul moves into that another dimension, he clears all those karmic baggage in couple of years and all, and then that soul becomes light. But when the person is freshly, I mean not freshly, but just expired, he condenses. The soul is very heavy due to karmic baggage. And whenever a person interact, like person like me, whenever you interact with a soul, a lot of karmic exchange happens. I end up absorbing the karmic things of hers. So this thing happened with my granny also. Even she said me, I said, I want to talk to you more. She said, no, you don't talk because you will end up facing problem. And she actually had said me, you would end up absorbing my karmas. I didn't understand how exactly was it possible. And the moment she left, I got a headache for around half an hour or something. And with Lata Didi, like the moment, after 2 minutes, the moment she left, I got a pain for 2 hours. Like, obviously, the whole night I couldn't sleep because it was काफी दर्द हो रहा था सिर में. Because a lot of karmic things are going on. It's it's not easy to communicate with the soul. Like tarot and all, it's energy you're reading, but I am directly connecting with the energy, so थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाता है. But yeah, it was just, and I actually wanted to just talk to her and just feel her energy. What exactly type of person was she? And the one thing what I understood from the whole scenario was, whenever you are into such a place, you need to look after so many things, and you need to keep an image that you are this, and sometimes you cannot just show the reality of yours, like this is what I am. No, because that might end up disturbing some certain things, and for recorrecting those things, it takes an extra energy or just pain in the head. And that's why she preferred the way it is. And that's it for this video. So I cannot add things which doesn't happen. So whatever I communicated, whatever my experience was, I have shared in my video. And that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you so much. अबे बंद न हो बे.